Even as an old lady, you're still working. You must be really poor. I would never be able to stand it. Serena, one of the mom friends, said this without any remorse. They've been hiring old ladies forever, so it's quite a good company, right? At the very least, please stay away from me, because the poverty will rub off on me. Regarding what Serena said, even when I tried to stop her, Serena doesn't shut up. And she ended up making a fool of herself because of her pretense. My name is Meredith. I live with my husband Simon and our daughter Mia. I've always loved working. I think I was heavily influenced by my mother. My father passed away when I was young, so I have very few memories of him. My mother, a strong woman, raised me single-handedly. I think she went through a lot, but I never heard her complain, even once. I admired my mother's strength. So instead of going to college, I graduated from high school and immediately got a job at an apparel company. I also wanted to relieve my mother's burden as soon as possible. Since I didn't have anything I particularly wanted to do in college, I didn't have any regrets. I really wanted to become independent and a respectable person. I met my husband Oliver through a high school friend's introduction. Since I didn't go to college, my friend probably worried that I wouldn't have any opportunities to meet someone. Initially, we started dating somewhat casually, but soon I found myself falling for Oliver. He was also very diligent in his work, just like me. In that respect, we also got along quite well. Even after getting married, I had no intention of quitting my job. He also took such thoughts straight to heart. After a few years of marriage, we were blessed with a daughter. We named her Mia and raised her with love. I feel like she grew up happy and healthy. As soon as Mia entered daycare, I returned to work. Being a dual-income family meant less time with my daughter. So on days off, I made every effort to spend as much time with her as possible. Time passed, and Mia soon became an elementary school student. A mom friend named Serena recently moved into the neighborhood. Since we lived in the same area, we were involved in various things together quite often. Nice to meet you. I'm Serena, the one who just moved in. My husband Kent couldn't make it due to work, so I came alone. Serena's friendly greeting made me really like her. Nice to meet you, too. If there's anything you're unsure about, feel free to ask. Oh, I can manage things on my own without having to ask you. She says in a rather strong tone, a complete change in attitude from earlier. By the way, why are you wearing a suit? Oh, I had a meeting today. Usually I dress casually for work, but today I happened to keep the suit on. Sorry, I should have changed. When I said that, Serena seemed quite surprised. You're working? What about your husband? My husband also works. We're a dual-income household. Huh. She looks like she wants to say something. Curious, I immediately asked, Is there something wrong? No, it's nothing. You know, I'm a homemaker, but I don't aspire to be like you or think this is what happens when you're tight on cash. Nah, that's not my mindset at all. Anyway, I'll catch you later. Laughing, Serena left. What's up with her snide remarks? It's precisely because she's thinking this way that these words come out so quickly. Everyone has their own way of working. There's absolutely no need for others to interfere. I felt quite uncomfortable, but I really didn't want to make a fuss. I thought I could just brush it off. After that, I made sure to keep my distance from Serena. Since that first encounter, it's been like she's become some sort of invisible adversary. But I'm not one to back down over such trivial matters. No matter what's said, I'll stick firm to my beliefs. Yet, just as I was brimming with determination, tragedy struck. My husband Oliver suddenly passed away. He collapsed from acute heart failure and passed away. I cried and cried until there were no more tears left. It was all so sudden, I couldn't accept the reality. He had been my rock all this time. It wouldn't be an exaggeration to say everything was because of Oliver. Losing such an important presence shattered me. For a few days, I couldn't gather myself, so I just withdrew. But I couldn't wallow in sorrow forever. I have Mia with me. Suddenly, my mother's image comes to mind. Did she feel this way when I lost my father too? Perhaps this is also fate. I must strive, just as my mother did for me. Mia seems a bit down too. I should put something in our stomachs for now. With that thought, I headed to the nearby supermarket. While shopping, someone approached me. Oh, Meredith, fancy meeting you here. My condolences for your recent loss. Doing some shopping? Hello, yes I am. I thought I'd make something since my daughter isn't eating much lately. I see. It must be tough when money's tight. Huh? I couldn't help but scoff at her insensitive remark. Oh, I'm sorry. Maybe I let my thoughts slip. I just said it because it's true. I didn't mean any harm. Forgive me. Okay. Serena says this as she shows me the contents of the shopping basket she is carrying. We're having steak tonight. My husband got a promotion and a bonus, so we're celebrating. Is that ready-made curry in your basket, Meredith? It's fine if it is, but it's better to eat something nice, especially when you're feeling low. I think Mia would appreciate it too. I just planned to stock up on some ready-made curry. No need to make excuses. Times are tough when you're tight on money, right? I know you understand. I'm just looking out for you because I care. Well then, my family is waiting, so I'll take my leave here. I'm cheering you on, but I won't lend you any money, okay? Just remember that, alright? With that said, Serena left. I was not only offended for myself, but also for Oliver. And it made me really angry. I never asked for a loan. It's Serena who assumes I'm broke. Just when I was thinking I needed to get it together, hearing that made me feel pretty down. Since then, a considerable amount of time has passed, and I turned 65. Mia also became independent and moved out. After graduating from high school, she went to a university in the city. Perhaps she decided to live alone so as not to inconvenience me. I talked about sending money, but she declined it as unnecessary. While grateful for Mia's thoughtfulness, I continued working. Although living expenses for one person became tougher, I wasn't working just for money. I also wanted to be able to properly host Mia when she visited home. So I kept working without quitting. Then, Serena came to pour cold water on everything. It might have been several years since we last met. Both Serena and I were still living in the same place without moving, so it wasn't surprising to see each other. Long time no see, Meredith. How have you been? Seeing her face, memories of the past harassment came flooding back. But now, it feels like I can forgive and forget. Oh, hanging in there. Mia has moved out of the house now. Oh, really? My kid is still at home. I guess it's better to be with family rather than alone. We have a good relationship, you see. But it doesn't seem to be the case with Mia. Serena said that to me with the same smile as always. Even though you've become an old lady, you're still working. You must be really poor. That's why Mia left, prioritizing herself over family because of your poverty, right? What do you mean? I tried to brush it off, but ended up responding about Mia. I'm saying because you're poor, you prioritize being alone over family? Maybe it's too complicated for you to understand. Sorry if it is. Maybe I need to use simpler language. But after a few years like this, kids can still figure it out, you know? Maybe Mia is living off scraps or something. You should really keep an eye on her. But regardless of you, kids still have a future ahead. Serena then pointed at her own clothes as she spoke. Speaking of which, take a look at this outfit. Isn't it lovely? My child bought it for me as a birthday present. As for you, Meredith, oh sorry, I forgot you probably don't have that financial luxury. Well then, do your best. No matter how many years pass, Serena has not changed. It seems she can't help but look down on others. Criticism about my husband and child pushed me beyond my limits. Mia didn't leave home with such feelings. There were times when she directly expressed her desire to become independent and repay me. Perhaps I inadvertently made her feel lonely. Nevertheless, I believed in Mia. And Serena is mistaken about one big thing. That fact didn't come to light until 1 month later. At this age, most people may have already retired. Though I do feel the decline in my physical abilities, I am still capable of working. I have no intention of retiring at this late stage. Therefore, I decided to change from full-time to part-time employment. To complete the procedure, I headed to the head office. I usually work at the store, so it feels refreshing. By the time I finished the conversation, it was already past noon. Since I'm here, maybe I should grab a meal. With that thought, I headed to the cafeteria, where I coincidentally encountered someone. Meeting here by chance, huh? Come to think of it, I haven't introduced my husband, Kent. Kent lowered his head as Serena spoke. The last person I want to see right now, I said, feeling unpleasant. Why are you here? Do you have some business here? My husband's business partner is here. I accompanied him because we hadn't had lunch yet. By the way, Meredith, are you wearing a suit again? Are you still working? Yes, that's right, she said with that nasty look on her face as if she didn't want to hide it anymore. You were bragging about your daughter leaving home last time as if it solved everything, but the financial struggle hasn't changed after all. It's seriously unbelievable to keep working even at this age. I don't have to worry about that since my husband is the one working. With Serena speaking in a loud voice, other employees gathered around, wondering what was happening. This company is really wonderful, isn't it? Considering they keep employing old ladies like you. If I were the president, I would fire someone like you immediately. I've been patient with you up until now, but I'd like to make it clear at this point. I wonder if you could just stay away from me from now on. Serena, if I may say... Can't you understand what I'm saying? I'm telling you not to come near me. Just disappear from my sight already. Serena boasted with a smug look on her face, as if she had just hit a home run. The head office employees shot her cold glances. It seems she's not even aware of that. Oh well, I guess it's time to spill the beans. Just as I thought that, someone approached me. Oh, Mom, you haven't left yet? Perfect timing. I'm a bit stuck and could use some advice. Oh, Mia, it's been a while. I wonder if you remember me. It's impressive that you've come all the way to work to take care of your mom. I know it's partly because you're poor, but I think you're doing a great job. Being such a wonderful daughter, helping out a failure of a mother like her. If it were me, I would have given up long ago. Before Serena could finish speaking, an employee approached Mia. Thank you for your hard work, President. I've been looking for you. I had something to ask. Can we proceed with the afternoon meeting as planned? Sebastian, thank you for your hard work. Sorry, I'm a little slammed. I'm sure everything will be fine and on schedule. Understood. Sorry for intruding on your private time. Sebastian, it's been a while, hasn't it? How have you been lately? Are you managing your work well? Yes, thanks to everyone. I'm having fun every day. Meredith, please drop by the head office sometime. Everyone wants to see you. They're all looking forward to meeting you. I'm really grateful for that sentiment, but sometimes my body doesn't cooperate as I'd like it to. Thank you, though. Serena, sitting to the left of our conversation, had been listening intently, and Kent, who was next to her, started turning pale. Mia noticed them and smiled at them. Long time no see, although it's been even longer since I last saw your husband, hasn't it? Thank you very much for allowing me to have this valuable conversation. Wait a moment. What do you mean? Is Mia the president of your client's company, Kent? Mia is, Kent said in a barely audible voice. It seemed he hadn't realized until now either. After graduating from college, Mia joined the same company as me. She admired my relentless efforts, regardless of age, and wanted to become like me. And now she has fulfilled that dream and is the president. The reason I changed from being a full-time employee to a part-timer was partly due to Mia's request. Mom, you work too much. I want to be independent now, and I'd like to have a little time to myself. If money is a problem, I'll support you. She said that to me. I was grateful, but I still had a desire to work. I conveyed that and decided to stay part-time. And now I'm advising Mia as the executive vice president. There's no one who has worked longer than me. So other employees also held me in high regard. Even after knowing everything, there was still resistance from Serena. But even with Meredith here, it's meaningless, isn't it? The things you can do are more limited. Surely labor costs will skyrocket. Because she's the president's relative, no one can speak the truth. That's the reality. I'm sure everyone sees Meredith as nothing but a hindrance. Serena, please stop. Surprisingly, it was Kent who stopped her. However, it seemed that didn't sit well with her, as she countered. At this point, there's probably no turning back. What's with you, Kent? You think the same way, don't you? You're trying to stop me because I hit a nerve? Remember, this is the reality. No, it's actually you who's digging your own grave right now because... Serena, thank you for always wearing the clothes I designed. You were bragging about them the last time we met, weren't you? That outfit was also one I proposed. I was so happy. I said, interrupting Kent's words. So, Meredith, it wasn't about money or anything? You just genuinely wanted to work? I've been saying that from the beginning. We're not exactly poor or anything. Amid the gaze of many employees, Serena slumped down right there. You've insulted my mother quite nicely. Today, I had a very important conversation with your husband about our future business dealings. The conversation ended up with a promise to continue our relationship. But let's just forget it ever happened. President, that's different from what you said earlier. You said, let's continue to work together well into the future. Indeed, but I cannot agree after witnessing the disparagement of my dear family. What would you think if you were in my shoes? Upon hearing Mia's words, Kent fell silent. Well then, Mom, what are we doing here? Let's go to the president's office. We can take our time to talk. Yes, that sounds good. I'm sorry for causing such a commotion. Good luck with your work this afternoon. Upon hearing this, the employees responded with lively voices. Then, as Mia suggested, the deal was canceled. Kent's company president was furious at this. It seems they have to pay damages. Kent, who wasn't exactly earning much, apparently even had a pay cut, so he would have to work even harder. If I had met Kent earlier, he might have realized that Mia was the president. I suddenly thought about that. I heard Serena got divorced. Considering everything, it's only natural to say it's all her fault this time. It seems she's been cut off even from her family and is spending her days alone. She seemed to have asked her children for help, but was bluntly told it's her own fault. Given everything she's done, it's only to be expected. Mia and I continued to work diligently as always. Seeing Mia reminds me of my mother, who worked tirelessly for my sake. I wonder if this is how generations are passed on. I find myself deeply reflecting on various things. Even the employees continued to support us, despite our shortcomings. Regardless of age, I intend to strive to meet expectations and improve myself.